Hey guys, welcome to Steve Knows, and F8 is today, so we're finally going to hear about the release date for the Quest. Finally, it's been forever. So let's go over some games I'm really excited for, and if you're new to the Quest, something you should pick up. So the first must-have on the Quest has to be Beat Saber. Let's get this out of the way, because if you're in the VR community, you likely know about this game already. And if you don't, you should, because it's one of the most simple, funnest games you can get on the VR. Anyone can pick it up and go. The learning curve is easy. Unless you want to master it, then you're going to have to dedicate some more time and effort. It's a rhythm-based game where you have two lightsabers, and I know you're sold on that alone, and you are to chop oncoming blocks to musical beats, and boogie on down whilst doing it. This game has great visuals due to its minimal design, and it's not that hardware intensive compared to other titles, so we can get smooth gameplay and great visuals. It's also a great workout. If you play this for half an hour, which can whiz by, you burn a modest amount. My Fitbit picks it up as an aerobic workout every time. All of these elements combined with some amazing tunes that are expected to have even more additional song packs in the future, you can't go wrong. This is a must-have for any VR gamer, not just on the Quest. And with no wires on the Quest, you can truly boogie on down. Next is Superhot VR. This title again is well known in the gaming community, especially since its VR edition. As this game was a title before it got ported over to VR, this title as a VR edition sold more than its counterpart, around 800,000 in sales, and for great reason. This is a stage level POV title with simple polygon visuals that the Quest should be able to handle at a high standard. It has a unique element to it by the fact that the world around you, the enemies that are trying to hurt you, the bullets that are coming towards you, time itself only passes when you are moving. Giving you new VR users a beneficial experience as you can stop, take a second to evaluate the surroundings, and then act with confidence. You can take out enemies with an array of weapons to keep things fresh, such as swords, your fists, random items, and of course, guns. So if you're looking for a game that will make you feel like a secret agent that lives within the Matrix, look no further. You run into rooms and have bullets flying over your head, enemies sprinting to vantage points. This game gets tough and fast. I believe GameSpot calls it a ballerina of death. This game is seeing 9 out of 10 ratings everywhere. It is a must-have, and all for the cheap price of $15.99. Hopefully it stays that price on the Quest. Next, Star Wars Vader Immortal, and this game we don't know that much about. This one has been kept under wraps, but for any Star Wars fan, it's a dream come true. This is a story-driven game that tells the story of Darth Vader in the timeline just after Revenge of the Sith and before New Hope. This is a 3-part series, and episode 1 will only be available near release. It is to have incredible cinematic scenes with interactive play, some expected lightsaber fighting and shooting of stormtroopers, and flying ships. Yes, I love the... Hopefully we hear more about this at F8 because they've kept it pretty close to their chest. But it's Star Wars and Disney, so high budget, great story. The next game is The Climb. This is already a huge game on the Rift, so expect a great title here. You can be assured. Assured. Sounded rather posh, didn't it? Assured. This is 100% one to get your nan on and get the camera ready. It's coming from Crytek, who are renowned for great visuals, and this is no exception. Due to its simple premise and lack of fast-paced action, it's one of the best looking graphics you can get in virtual reality. If you couldn't guess from the title, you are to simply climb amazing landscapes in the heart of the tropics, the canyons, dry lands, places that have big cliffs at night or day. There has been great success for these scared of height vertigo games, just like the Plank one. We just seem to get a kick out of being scared. The atmosphere this game creates will be impressive as it doesn't have intense music. It lets the environment fill your senses completely. You will lose sense of where you are listening to the oceans and the wildlife. I can't help to think that this game would be fantastic if you were able to feel your sense of weight pulling yourself up like a pull-up bar in front of you. Although this game can give you a neck ache from looking up all the time, it is such a unique VR experience. And for enthusiastic people out there, you have an infinite climbing wall, so knock yourself out. The next one is a multiplayer game coming from Ubisoft called Space Junkies. It's an online battle arena, a bit like Call of Duty, where you're an astronaut battling it out against other online players. It is incredibly fast paced, so if you're new to VR, work your way up to it. Or dive in, be sick, it's funny with your friends, but sad on your own. Being sick, I mean, not the game. The bright neon visuals and fantastic music, or as the PR people say, high octane action, is a sight to behold. It has animated animation, if that makes any sense, which is a great VR fit to get amazing visuals from low spec hardware. The wireless nature of the Quest is making this perfect as you can react more easily to enemies, but be careful about hitting things. If you're new to this, gameplay will not be a problem as the controls are just like any other shooter you've played in the last 10 years. Even with the well-loved loot boxes included here too. Because this is a match-based game, it's good for people who are on the go, which is kind of who the Quest is for. You can have a quick game with friends rather than meeting someone in a coffee shop and spending 2 hours playing by yourself. For anyone wanting to give this a go before they adopt the Quest, it is available on PSVR if you're on PlayStation. Sorrento VR, coming from Mixed Realms. Ever wanted to be a cyborg ninja in futuristic Japan? Well, now you can. That rhymed, I didn't mean for it to. This game looks so good. I'm always a sucker for arcade-style titles. This game has 9 out of 10 on Steam and was actually released in 2016 and then got a full release early 2018. But seeing as this is about the Quest and a lot of adopters won't be hardcore PC players, this is a great title with beautiful graphics, sword fighting, shooting, and slow motion. This is a ninja game, so expect fast-paced, agile gameplay because you can wall run and double jump in this game. I've never double jumped in a VR game. This game does unfortunately use teleportation in order to traverse, and this will take some getting used to. I do actually like moving in VR games, but it does make sense in this title due to the huge distances you're travelling vertically, and it also acts more like a slingshot rather than a teleport. It's really well implemented. To change your weapon, you have to grab it off locations you store it on yourself, such as swords you grab from your back, just as if you were a real ninja. It's gonna be so badass. This game does have multiplayer mode available also, so it's not just a story. So if you have even more reason to pick it up, there is a VR online community that you can experience this game with. And Quest is gonna have one of the fastest growing online VR communities to date. I put money on it. Rec Room, and this is a free game, and it will have you on the floor laughing so hard the little bit of next to O would come out. It's a free-to-roam community game where you can virtually, socially interact with other users, and it's cross-platform. So if you've got friends on PSVR or PC or even not on VR, because you don't need VR to play this game, you can play together. You have your own little avatar that you can customize so you can replicate yourself or make who you want to be. There is just so much customization. Inside the Rec Room, you can interact with so many items, such as a basketball to try and shoot some hoops, a frisbee, table tennis, look at yourself in a mirror and dance. Just everything. The great thing about this is in the Quest, this game will make use of the touch controllers so you can point. And I know that sounds so simple, but it makes such a difference. You also have the ability to create custom rooms like my fellow friend YouTuber Gamer Reality, who made me a sub-celebration room and it had a cake with my face on it. There are also game rooms where you can get into some friendly competition with other people. Friendly. I'm really looking forward to this game. It's so much fun and exactly what social VR is about. Robo Recall, the hugest game on this list. This has had Rift users in awe with its high fidelity visuals, its incredible scope and freedom of play. This is a brilliant wave shooter game that you have not played before. It reminds me a bit of iRobot. You're a recaller who is hired to fix broken robots, hence the name Recall. The robots go AWOL and it's up to you to eliminate them from across the city. There is a lot of comedy in this game as the company who create these robots make it very clear that they're worried about their profits rather than the murders that their products are causing. You have customization of your weapons available to give that sense of progression, but not that many guns. You have about 3. But there are plenty of upgrades on them. The freedom of play in this game is what's really appealing. There is so much you can do. You can juggle enemies in the air by constantly shooting them, rip off the heads off robots, catch a bullet in mid-air and flick it back at the enemy. You can get really trigger happy and save the city. There are so many games I want, so I'm just going to chuck out some honourable mentions because I couldn't fit them all in. There's Death Horizon, Brookhaven Experiment, National Geographic, which looks so good, Face Your Fears, Poker Stars, and Ballista. There is plenty to play. There's great titles for anything that you are into. So let me know if you'd like to see some more Quest games, and let's have some incredible VR experiences. I'm Steve Knows. Happy gaming. Like, comment, and subscribe. Good day.